Hello and welcome. What does it say? No. Hello and welcome to the first proper episode of my RWBY Rewatch series, where I will be rewatching RWBY. If that was not clear. So, last time I did the 4 trailers, so we're just gonna do RWBY Rose, the first episode this time, because I was thinking about switching it up and like doing multiple episodes per review, per recap video that I'd upload, but the first one is kind of long by itself, so I'll do the first one by itself, the inaugural episode 1, because we did episode 0 last time with the trailers, and let's just start from there. And if it wasn't clear when I didn't introduce myself, because I didn't, if this is your first time here, my name is Mookies. I am a huge RWBY fan, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Most of the time it's good. Sometimes it's not so good, but I really do love it. Like, it's my favorite thing ever. I recommend everybody watch it because I love them to enjoy the good parts and then suffer with me for all the bad parts. So this will just be my opinions and everything as I rewatch it. There's going to be a few series, I think, that I'm going to be doing on separate playlists, so it'll be easy for you guys to watch. There's going to be the Rewatch playlist, which is RWCH, so RWBY Rewatch. The second one will be RWBY Recap, so RECP for that, because acronyms, that's RWBY's thing. And the last one will be a review, so REVW, which makes sense, especially in the context of RWBY, because the W sounds like you in RWBY, so it'll sound like you in review. You know what I mean? So let's just get into it. Those are going to be the playlists. I'm also planning to do reviews on songs, fights, ships, everything, theories, everything, basically. Sorry if I'm not really making eye contact a lot, because it's weird for me to do that, and I'm not used to staring at a tiny little camera hole or even making eye contact in person. I find it very weird. So please excuse that. And let's just get straight into it. Episode 1, RWBY Rose. Alright, let's play.
Legends. Stories scattered through time. Mankind has grown
if you watch the series before,
recounting the exploits
you know
of heroes and
who's
villains,
talking right now.
forgetting so easily that we are remnants, byproducts of a forgotten past. Man,
This is what confuses.
born from
Hold on.
dust.
This is what confuses me. They say man was born from dust here, but then later in season 4, they kind of, or volume 4, they kind of contradict that with the whole gods thing. Is that something I'm confused? Whatever. This is the Rewatch series. I'll do the review. I'll bring up all that stuff in the review. Let's just recap, rewatch, whatever. Let's go.
Was strong, wise, and resourceful, but he was born into an unforgiving world. An inevitable darkness,
I really
creatures
like the
of
art style.
destruction, the creatures of Grimm,
Little 2D
set their
art
sights
style.
on man and all of his creations. These forces clashed, and it seemed the darkness was intent on returning man's brief existence to the void. However, even the smallest spark of hope is enough to ignite change. And in time, man's passion, resourcefulness, and ingenuity led them to the tools that would help even the odds. This power was appropriately named dust.
Because they came from dust.
Nature's wrath in hand, man lit their way through the darkness. And in the shadow's absence came strength, civilization, and most importantly, life.
I wish we saw
But
more
even the
King
most brilliant
Taitutus.
lights
Like, I really like
eventually
that Grimm.
flicker and die.
And I didn't know that they were 2
And
snakes
when they are
together.
gone, darkness
Here's
will
the-
return.
Robin Torchwick, my boy.
So you may prepare your guardians. Build your monuments to a
And
so-called
those
free
models,
world.
one of them would look like Nora's model,
But
right?
take heed. There will be no victory in strength.
But perhaps victory is in the simpler things.
And you know
that
who
we've
this is
long
as well.
forgotten.
If
Things that
you've
require
watched
a
it.
smaller, more honest soul.
And if not, he's going to be in the same episode as well, so.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a dust shop open this late?
Please, just take my lien and leave.
Oh, hold up. Hold up. Why is it... I'm literally just... Now, I've watched RWBY like 3 times over. Why am I just now realizing that the shopkeep who never speaks is speaking in this scene? These are what the rewatches are for. I've never noticed that before. Like, I'd watch it, but I never really remembered that the shopkeep is silent most of the time. So to hear him speak now, which was his first scene ever, it is a shock. And it shouldn't be a shock because I've watched it so many times, but whatever. That's what these are for. So I'll just rewatch it and realize stuff I've missed. That's what I like about them. So let's continue.
Calm down. We're not here for your money. Grab the dust.
Crystals. Burn uncut. All right, kid. Put your hands where I can see them. Hey, I said hands in the air. You got a death wish or something?
Our protagonist, RWBY.
Yes?
I said.
I feel like
put your hands in
RT
the air.
should
Now.
sell
Are you robbing me?
Yeah.
headphones with each character's emblem. I like this intro too. And the fact that she had to ask and confirm before she kicked his ass. Crescent Rose. I love this intro for her. Like, name a more badass intro. You'll probably name some, but like, shut up, I like this.
Okay.
That line always makes me laugh when he's like,
Get her.
okay, like, he's just such a smarmy, smirky character. Like, how else would you react, honestly, to a child with a giant weapon? I love how she uses the recoil and her creative uses with her sight.
You were with every cent. True.
That line also makes me laugh.
Well, Red, I think we can all say it's been an eventful evening. And as much as I'd love to stick around, I'm afraid
I think his weapon was
is
called
where we
Melodic
part ways.
Cudgel. I'm gonna assume that's fire dust. How did he get there so fast?
You okay if I go after him?
And he never spoke again.
Hey!
Persistent.
End of the line, Red!
Yes! Queen. I love Glinda. She's one of my favorite characters. And is that... I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's... That looks like a good glyph, but her semblance is telekinesis, so... I also love that Glinda is stopped. It's because it did stop. It just recorded only 8 minutes of video. We were left off at the part where Torchwick was telling Redacted there's a huntress. So let's start from there. And obviously that scene made me think that she was his lackey. So I love the reveal at the end. And what is that? Is that dust she's using? I love her, how Cinder came up on the scene with her heels in that shot. And I really, really enjoy the fact that the first fight of the series is between her and Glinda. That they show us what a huntress and I guess whatever Cinder is. She's not a huntress, but maybe not officially. I like how Ruby tries to do something. She doesn't just stand there, and Glinda watches her and allows it. I don't know why Glinda just stood there and watched them fall, like fly off. Why didn't she use her telekinesis on like the, I think it's called a bullhead?
Can I have your autograph? I hope you realize that your actions tonight will not be taken lightly, young lady. You put yourself
Why is she
and
being
others in
interrogated, though?
great danger.
They started it!
If it were up to me, you'd be sent home with a pat on the back and a slap on the wrist. But there's someone here who would like to meet you.
Ruby Rose.
Ozpin.
You have
This
silver
becomes important
eyes.
if you haven't watched the series. That becomes important.
So, where did you learn to do this?
Signal
How did they get that
Academy?
video
They taught
footage?
you to use one
Was
of the most
it
dangerous weapons ever designed.
store cameras?
Well, one teacher in
I don't know.
particular.
I see.
I find this animation endearing. I know a lot of people think it's bad, but like,
It's just that I've only
this is their
seen
first
one
time
other
using
site
that,
with
so
that skill before.
I just think it's another
A dusty
perk
old
of
pro.
the show, so I like that part too, you know what I mean?
Sorry. That's my Uncle Crow. He's a teacher at Signal. I was complete garbage before he took me under his wing, and now I'm all like...
So I've noticed. And what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors?
Well, I want to
But
be a huntress.
aren't there other female
You want to slay monsters?
huntress candidates, like students?
I only have 2
Why
more
is
years of training
he
left at Signal, and then I'm
surprised
going to
that
apply to Beacon.
there's a girl who's
See, my sister's starting there
trying to
this
be a
year, and
huntress?
she's trying to become a huntress, and I'm trying to become a huntress because I want to help people. And my parents always taught us to help others, so I thought, oh, I might as well make a career out of it. I mean, the police are alright, but huntsmen and huntresses are just so much more romantic and exciting and cool.
She's just so endearing and adorable. I love Ruby. And
Do you
Glinda's
know
like,
who I am?
You're Professor Ozpin.
I love this part too.
You're the headmaster at Beacon.
She knew. That was just a little
Hello.
twist.
Nice to meet you.
You
They
want
made
to
it seem
come
like
to
she
my
didn't,
school?
right? No, right?
More than
So the fact that she knew
anything.
it regardless and played like she didn't.
Well, okay.
And I love that Oz Glinda opinion. I say love a lot if you haven't
I can't
noticed.
believe my baby sister's going to Beacon with
'Cause I
me.
really do
This is
love
the
this
best day
series.
ever. Please stop.
Yay.
But I'm so proud of you. Really, sis, it was nothing. What do you mean? It was incredible. Everyone at Beacon is gonna think you're the bee's knees. I don't want to be the bee's knees, okay? I don't want to be any kind of knees. I just
wanna
want to be a
normal girl
with
the normal
knees.
knees.
What's with you? Aren't you excited? Of course I'm excited. I got moved ahead 2 years.
But
I
that's
don't want
what
people
she
to think
wanted.
I'm special or anything.
So I don't know why she's acting
But you
weird
are
about it.
special.
The robbery was led by nefarious criminal Roman Torchwick, who continues to evade authorities. If
The
you
con-
have any
I think that's
information on
concept
his
art.
whereabouts, please contact the Vale Police Department.
I
Back
like
to
how
you,
they
Lisa.
intermix,
Thank you,
and
Cyril.
she's definitely
In other
concept
news,
art.
this Saturday's Fauna Civil Rights protest
I like how they mixed
turned
the
dark
video, the
when members of the White
concept
Fang
art and
disrupted the
the
ceremony.
animation.
The once peaceful organization has now disrupted.
Hello and welcome to Beacon.
Who's that?
My name is Glinda Goodwitch.
Oh,
You are among a privileged few who have received the honor of being selected to attend this prestigious academy. Our world is experiencing an incredible time of peace, and as future huntsmen and huntresses, it is your duty to uphold it. You have demonstrated the courage needed for such a task, and now it is our
Well,
turn
most
to
of them
provide you
have
with knowledge
demonstrated that.
and the training to protect our world.
Look, you can see
I even
signals
like the
from
shadow
up here.
people. Like, I know it was the animation limitation, and a lot of people thought season 1 wasn't that great because of the shadow people, but like I think
guess
it's
home
part of
isn't too far after all.
the show's core. Like,
Beacons are home now.
it's an aspect of it, and it's intro. So like I like it.
Well, I guess the view isn't for everyone.
It was
That
a
was
nice moment while it
John.
lasted.
I wonder who we're gonna meet.
I just hope they're better than Vomit Boy. Oh, yay, gross! You have puke on your shoe!
Gross.
Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!
And that was the first episode. And here's the theme song.
They see you as small and helpless. They see you as just a child. Surprised when they find out that a warrior will still run wild. Prepare for your greatest moments. Prepare for your finest hour. The dream that you've always dreamed is suddenly about to flower. We are lightning, straight from the thunder.
This is just so cool. Okay, so that was episode 1 of RWBY. It was called RWBY Rose, of episode 1 of volume 1. That's what they call the seasons. That was the rewatch. There was a lot to discuss about that. It introduced RWBY. It introduced Glinda, who's a teacher at Beacon Academy. It introduced Roman Torchwick as our primary antagonist, as well as Cinder, who was in the Bullhead ship. So those are the main oh, it also introduced Yang as well, and John. So those are our main characters for the first episode. We'll see how they grow and how they evolve and who we like and who we don't like. But we like everybody, honestly, pretty much everybody. The only characters I don't like, I think, are in season 5. Like, I think they're just really, really stupid characters. Like, there's no point to them. Well, we'll get to that in time. This is Mookies. Thank you for watching this episode of RWBY Rewatch. I am probably going to watch the 2nd and 3rd, maybe 4th episodes right now. And I'll also be editing this. But I'm going to be watching this first. And then the next time you see it, it'll probably be up. So stay tuned if you like this content, if you want to see my opinions, if you want to see my reactions. Subscribe. Like the video if you like it. If you don't, okay? Do whatever you'd like. But if you do like it, please like it, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will hopefully be very, very soon. See you until then. I lied! So, I'm back. I have decided to watch episode 2 of volume 1. It's called The Shining Beacon, as you saw from the title card. Right now, it is, what time is it? 2:59 a.m. So that's when I'm watching it at. I spent all yesterday editing the video you're watching right now, and I nearly lost my shit. I'm teaching myself a lot of this stuff, and I feel like Adobe Premiere Pro is going to be my villain origin story. Okay, whatever. Let's get to it. It's episode 2, The Shining Beacon, volume 1, episode 2. Let's get it. By the way, if it's quieter this time around, it's because I recognized my fan was on last time, so I'm sorry about that. It's off now. That's a big ass chip. John's just throwing up. The shadow people. I love the shadow people. And Beacon genuinely is impressive architecturally. Like, it's visually distinct.
You from Dale's got nothing on this.
That kid's got a collapsible snap!
The way Yang's just looking at her.
He's got a fire
And the
sword!
chibi animated Ruby.
Easy there,
They're
little
very
sister.
experimental
They're just weapons.
in the
Just
early
weapons?
years.
They're an extension of ourselves. They're a part of us. Oh, they're so cool.
Well, why can't you swoon over your own weapon? Aren't you happy with it?
Of course I'm happy with Crescent Rose. I just really like seeing
First
new
weapon
ones.
name we've
It's
got.
like meeting new people, but better.
Ruby, come
Oh,
on.
I also
why don't you go try
forgot.
and make some friends of your own?
But why would I need friends when
I
I'm
added
you?
these ears to
actually, my
be
friends are here
Team
now.
Ruby.
Guys, catch up. Kids,
Red,
wait, where are you
white,
going? Are we
Black,
supposed to go to our
and yellow.
dorms?
Because I
Where
thought
are
it was
our dorms?
appropriate.
Do we have dorms? I don't know what I'm doing.
Here's the best girl. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Sorry. Sorry? Do you
Love you
have
some
any
ice
idea
cream.
of the damage you could have caused?
My racist ice daughter.
Give me that. This is dust, mined and purified from the Schnee quarry. What are you, brain dead? Dust, fire, water, lightning, energy. Are you even listening, Steve? Is
They're really
any of
ramming
this
that
sinking
home.
in? What do you have to say for yourself?
They're not being subtle at all about how to introduce dust. But I mean, they don't really have to, so. They got the information across, that's what matters. How did she pick it up without, like, even looking?
Exactly the kind
I'm
of
sure,
thing I
like,
was
it's
talking
possible,
about.
but
I'm
it seems weird.
really sorry.
Something I like
Wait,
about this part
don't.
too
What are you even doing here?
is
Aren't you a little young to be attending Beacon? Well,
I'm waiting for it.
This isn't
Waiting
your
for
ordinary
it.
combat school. It's not just sparring and practice, you know. We're here to fight monsters, so watch where you're going. Hey, I said I
part.
was sorry, princess.
I love that Ruby
It's
stood up for
Eris,
herself.
actually.
Like, she was nice at first, but then she's like, listen,
Heiress to the Schnee
we're not
Dust
about it.
Company, one of the largest producers of energy propellant in the world.
Finally, some recognition.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What?
they
How
enslave
dare-
farmers. That's not questionable business practice. That's unquestionably evil. Like, that's the in-universe, like, equivalent of people of
promise I'll
color
make this up
or
to
any
you.
other marginalized community.
I guess I'm not the only one having a rough first day. So, what's... Welcome to Beacon.
Beacon is welcome.
Hey. I'm Jean.
I like early John.
Ruby.
And he gets better in volume 7.
Aren't you the guy that threw up on the
but
ship?
I have my issues with John.
All I'm saying is that motion sickness is a
I
much
like
more
him, though.
common problem than people let on.
Look, I'm sorry. Vomit Boy was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, yeah? What if I called you Crater Face?
Hey, that explosion was an accident.
Well, the name's Jean Arc. Short, sweet, rolls off the tongue. Ladies love it.
Do they?
Do they?
They will. Well, I hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that. Never mind.
So, I got this thing.
Whoa! Is that a scythe?
It's
It's
also,
also a
customizable
high-impact sniper rifle.
A what?
It's also,
It's also a gun.
Oh. That's cool.
So what do you got?
Oh, I got this sword.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a shield, too.
So what did they do?
Whoa, that's...
Well, they sword and shield Ruby. What else do they do? Come on, sis.
The shield gets smaller. So, when I get tired of carrying it, I can just put it away.
But wouldn't it weigh the same?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm glad she noticed that.
I'm kind of a dork when it comes to weapons. I guess I did go a little overboard in designing it.
Wait, you made that?
Of course. All students at Signal forge their own weapons.
I feel like John would know that.
Didn't you make yours?
It's a hand-me-down. My
If not
great-great-grandfather
for
used to
spoiler,
fight in the war.
but
Sounds more like a family heirloom to me.
I like how Ruby puts a
Well, I
positive
like it.
spin on it. She's very
Not many
nice.
people have an
She's such a
appreciation for
nice
the classics
person.
these days.
Yeah.
And it's weird how she
classics.
tries to play it,
So why'd
or
you help
later
me out back
on,
there
they
in
kind
the
of
courtyard?
characterize her
Yeah, why not?
as
My mom
awkward
always
around
says
humans, but she's
strangers are
clearly
just
very
friends you
sociable
haven't
and
met yet.
polite.
Hey, where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. I was following you.
That was a cute little moment. The
You
first time
think
I watched
there might be a
that,
directory?
and it still is.
Maybe a food court? Some sort of recognizable landmark? Is that a no?
That's a no.
There's so I love I May Fall. It's one of my fave songs. It's just so badass. The next episode, try to play. We're not playing it. Yeah, so that was The Shining Beacon Part 1, which is episode 2. The next one is episode 3, which is called The Shining Beacon Part 2. Part 1 introduced us to Jean properly and his relationship and friendship with Ruby. It expanded a little bit on the Shadow People. It also said that Yang has friends that we never really ever see. So I don't know if that was something that they just never followed up on, or if it was just literally only there so Ruby can be left alone and make her own friends. And we've got introduced to the other 2 of the 4 main girls, because we already saw Ruby and Yang, who are sisters, half-sisters. Yang's her older half-sister. They share a dad, Taiyang Xiaolong. And so we met Weiss, who is Weiss Schnee, which is German for Snow White, because she's inspired by Snow White, just like Ruby Rose is inspired by Little Red Riding Hood. Yang is inspired by Goldilocks, and Blake Belladonna. Spoiler! Oh, fuck. I'm gonna edit that part out. Blake Belladonna is Beauty and the Beast. Apparently she's both. But a lot of people just thought she was Beauty because it makes sense for Adam Taurus to be the Beast. But then, okay, we're not going to get into all of that right now. There's a lot to be said about that. And it will be said in time. Trust me on that. I'm still working on that script. I just want to do this rewatch series so that I get a fresh remembrance of all the points in everything that happened, and I just want to have it fresh in my memory when I do the script. So yeah, that was The Shining Beacon Part 1. So now we've met Ruby, Yang, Weiss, and Blake, who are the main characters of the team. Team Ruby, each letter is one of their different names. So R is Ruby, and it's also in red, because they each are inspired by color, right? Ruby is red, Weiss is white, Blake is black, and Yang is yellow. So and each of their initials share that initial for the color. So the team name, Team Ruby, is both a reference to their name and to their color. So yeah, that's that. We will probably get around to Shining Beacon Part 2 soon-ish. I'm just gonna try and edit this right now because Adobe Premiere Photoshop is my villain origin story. I spent so long. Yeah, so that's it. This has been Mookie's. Thank you for watching episode, well, I guess it's still technically episode 1 of RWBY Rewatch. And I will see you, as all the YouTubers say, in the next one.